Yep, the Kinahans are on the move. Let's talk.
Push the weight in no flex. Flex the live is 1 in the 6. Fit the runner, boy, you nigga, no question. You will run a motherfucker high stepping. Hey, you never had a big enough weapon. Motherfucker never learned your lesson. I'm a 88 pack nigga. I'm a 88 pack nigga. I mean, day walker, drink blood, trains out, full moon, motherfucker change like a hoe. Nigga. I'm just a nigga from the hood trying to stack a little cheddar for the money.
Drew Titan, Bronx on deck. Shout out to the mighty LDBC. Let's have a little conversation. And salute to my brother DOG for sending me this article. You know, he keeps me up to date on a lot of things. You know, I don't see everything. So salute to the fam. And let me just read you guys this article. Daniel Kinahan believed to be taking refuge in controversial World Cup host country in Qatar. All right. It says the state has been criticized for its human rights abuses. And now it is suspected to be harboring one of the world's most infamous criminals. Now, let me say this, ladies and gentlemen. They're referring to Daniel Kinahan. This is the media now, okay? Let me read it to you again. They're saying that they're suspected of harboring one of the world's most infamous criminals. All right, let me just read this because, you know, we don't speak about it enough in America. And I like how this is swept under the rug. But don't worry. I repeat, I am not going to let you forget this. Let me read this. It says, mob boss. They refer to him as a mob boss. Daniel Kinahan is taking refuge in Qatar, whatever the hell it is. Just as the desert state prepares to host the most controversial World Cup ever, investigators believe. Don't watch soccer, but it's big around the world, and I understand that, and I respect that. I just was never into soccer. And salute to all of you that watch it. It's a very controversial sport, okay? It says sources have confirmed the Dublin live investigator suspect Kinahan has fled to the country next door. The revelation comes as the repressive state begins hosting the World Cup on Sunday and is another hit against the international reputation. Qatar has been criticized for its human rights abuses, and now it is suspected of harboring one of the world's most infamous criminals. It's understood investigators believe Kinahan made the move to Qatar after the UAE hit the Dublin mobster with sanctions in April, part of a worldwide crackdown on the $1 billion Kinahan drugs cartel. This guy's a billionaire, man. Look what they're saying, drugs cartel. This guy in the picture standing next to who? The WBC heavyweight champion. There's more. Oh my God. A source said of Qatar, it has a land border with the UAE, and going by road is the easiest way of getting out of Dubai. There's been no sign of him in Dubai since the spring. And the suspicion is that he is either in Qatar full-time or is using the place as a safe base and moving around other Arab countries. This is something out of a movie, man. The Criminal Assets Bureau recently told the High Court that it recently tried to make contact with the Dubliner at several known addresses for him in Dubai. A source said the belief is he is gone. So this guy is not even where they thought he was. Now listen to this, family. Listen to this. All three Kinahan men, Christy, Daniel, and Christopher, were named as international criminals by the U.S. Department of Treasury, which placed financial sanctions on them in April. Their U.S.-linked assets were frozen and they were barred from flying on American Airlines. Companies from there were also barred from doing business with them anywhere in the world. I'll read it again. Companies from there were also barred from doing business with them anywhere in the world. Whoever was wondering what happened to MTK Global, there you go. That list of about 1,000 names or over 1,000 names, the no-fly list, is very real. I would love to see that list, and I want to go through it with a fine comb because I doubt that it's only foreigners on that list. I bet you there's Americans on that list. We know who's on that list. Who's on that list, ladies and gentlemen? The man you see in the picture. Who's the man you see in the picture, ladies and gentlemen? That is the WBC heavyweight champion Tyson Fury. I'll do you one better than that. Who's in this picture? That is the owner of the WBO, Bob Arum, who's been cooperating with U.S. authorities. That's the guy, Daniel Kinahan, with Bob Arum and Tyson Fury. Don't ever in your life fix your mouth to say anything about no Don King or no Al Heyman. I want to know what happens when this guy gets caught. They can't even find him now. But it gets better. Yeah, there's more. But wait, it gets worse. Another article. Cartel boss Christy Kinahan planned to start a new life in Zimbabwe. You know that country in Africa? Now listen to this. Listen to this. Drug lord. This is how they listen. This is how they describe him, okay? Drug lord Christy Kinahan planned to start a new life in Zimbabwe with his long-term partner and their children, leaked documents revealed. This is incredible. The FBI most wanted criminal also hoped to buy a fleet of at least 9 planes from Egyptian Air Force to transport drugs around Africa. I can't believe this, man. No, wait, I can. Let me read that again. The FBI most wanted criminal also hoped to buy a fleet of at least 9 planes from the Egyptian Air Force to transport drugs around Africa. Let that marinate, y'all. The founder of the Kinahan Cartel. Anything with Kinahan's name in it, you see the term cartel. The founder of the Kinahan Cartel, once known as the Dapper Don, had tried to secure a marriage license in Zimbabwe as a way of setting up a permanent bolt hole there. Oh my gosh. So he was trying to marry somebody to get pretty much citizenship. In a bid to evade capture, he planned to move his long-term partner, a Dutch woman in her 40s, along with their 3 children, to the Basket Case County of Central Africa. Lord have mercy. But it is believed the Zimbabwean authorities blocked the move, fearing it would become a new hub for the drugs empire. Gardai, that's the person's name, believe Christy Kinahan, as well as his sons Daniel and Christopher Jr., are desperate to leave their base in Dubai as pressure mounts on authorities to move against them. So authorities from different countries are leaning on them in Dubai to go pick these guys up. I guess the Kinahans must have, they have some money because they kept the authorities off of them. That's my belief. It says further right here, it says it has emerged that the 65-year-old criminal has been flying to and from Zimbabwe and lived with his family in a rented house in the capital of Harare for, if I'm saying it correct, for a number of months. So he's been in and out of Africa. Posing as a legitimate businessman using the name Christopher Vincent, he opened at least one company in the construction sector, which should have entitled him to a 12-month visa, but it is understood his application for the marriage and visa were blocked. So he set up a construction business in Zimbabwe, which was supposed to grant him a 12-month visa, but he was trying to get marriage there. He was trying to get a marriage certificate, but it was blocked. Kinahan is understood to have been in Zimbabwe as recently as March or April, just before the U.S. announced financial sanctions on him and his sons and 4 other associates. At the same time, the FBI placed a $5 million bounty on their heads, with authorities in the United Arab Emirates, I'm sorry if I'm butchering it, announcing sanctions against the cartel bosses shortly after. Leaked documents obtained by the international, consortium of investigative journalists show Kinahan was involved in a bid to buy Egyptian military planes. And I'm sorry, I'm reading this. It is past midnight and I'm tired, but I just couldn't let this go. This guy was buying Egyptian military transport planes to move drugs along Africa. Oh my gosh. Okay. Look, man. Hold on. There's a little bit more to this. This is crazy. 2 years ago in Dubai, a Dubai company linked to Kinahan, what is it called? Sea Dream Middle East General Trading, tried to purchase as many as 9 used, Canadian Buffalo planes. I can't believe this. This is crazy. I'll put the link in the description. Y'all can read it. Interpol says Zimbabwe, Malawi, Mozambique, and other African countries are used as transit countries by international drug smuggling criminals. Holy cow. Hundreds of documents obtained by Malawi's platform for investigative journalism show Kinahan was micromanaging elements of the deal. He was also involved in setting up a website and trying to strike similar deals in African and Latin America. Oh my gosh. The documents are part of leaked material that includes remarkable photographs of the photo worry crime boss. Gardai and the FBI believe that Kinahan is the leader of one of Europe's most notorious gangs, which is involved in narcotics, money laundering, and arms trafficking, and has ties to Asia, Latin America, and the Middle East. I will put this link in the description so you can read it for yourself. They have been linked to at least 20 murders in Europe, according to Europol and European Union's policy. Okay, now look, I read all that to say this. Look at who the F is standing next to him. The guy on the right with the damn turban on his head is Tyson Fury, your WBC champion. The guy on the left is Daniel Kinahan. And all this other illegal activity that I was reading about, that's his family. Do you understand? Okay? Bob Arum, same guy. Hanging out with the same guy. This was the guy that owned MTK Global. And because Tyson Fury was rolling around in the mud with this pig, he can't fly to America anymore. Okay? He can't deny the fact that he knows this man at all, under any circumstances.
Hello there. I'm just after getting off the phone with Daniel Kinahan.
Yeah? Listen to it, y'all.
Hello there. I'm just after getting off the phone with Daniel Kinahan.
Yep, that's his guy. I don't care what you say, what you do, how you slice it. This is his guy. This guy is the real deal. All right? There will be a movie about him. I'm not talking about a movie that was made by people who are in support of him. I'm talking about something more than that documentary that came out that told the world who this guy was, why he can't be in Ireland, why he's on the run right now, country hopping during the World Cup. This guy is the real deal. This guy is Tyson Fury's friend. Now, Christie is moving through Zimbabwe. They're moving something through Africa. They're moving drugs through Africa by the plane loads. As a black man, that offends me. I'm not African. I'm African American. But as a black man, that offends me. But they're paying off somebody to look the other way. That's selling them the planes. They know exactly what they're using it for. But that's another video in itself. But let me say this. I was talking to my boy DOG, and he mentioned something about Zimbabwe, and I found it. Through this article, there's a link to the other article that I was just reading. And let me say this, man. Don't be surprised if they try and move Hrgovic out of the way by way of the rankings and try and make the Fury versus AJ fight somewhere in Africa. Because, you know, AJ represents Africa. You know how that goes. Now, you know, this is just me thinking. I'm not saying this is definitely going to happen, but I'm saying don't be surprised. That's a big money fight. Now, Fury can't do anything. He can't fly over here. Maybe he can pull some strings and end up in Africa. But when they said Zimbabwe, I said, man, I forget exactly where AJ's from, but don't be surprised if they swindle Hrgovic out of the way to make the AJ versus Fury fight in Africa. And here's my advice to you, and this is just me thinking. You know, it is late. I might be overshooting here, but you know what? Anything's possible in this messed up game. Look, you got a crime lord, a cartel leader that has his hand in boxing. Just because MTK Global is gone, that don't mean he still don't have his mitts in it. They refer to his business dealings as an octopus arms of multiple things. They just said in this article, you know, his hands are all over these business transactions. He was micromanaging things. This guy was involved in boxing, ladies and gentlemen. So when we tell you, yo, Deontay Wilder got poisoned. The referee was in on it. The judge was in on it. Vegas was corrupt. Tay Jones talks about how he got some phone calls and stuff. You sure you want to call him a liar? Look at this. This is something out of a movie. Everything I read you is 100% true. Tyson Fury, your WBC heavyweight champion, cannot fly to the States. This man he's pictured with has a $5 million bounty on his head. But you want to tell me that things aren't real? You know, and look, man, don't blame the messenger. I'm not making this up. You know what's real? This $5 million bounty on his head. So poison in water is child's play. It's child's play. Listen, man. When I explain who Tyson Fury is to people that don't know any better, you know what? You know where they stop me at? And I swear to God, they say, whoa. He's a gypsy? And I say, yeah. They said, oh, no. Yeah, hell yeah, he cheated. Listen, I didn't know anything about what a gypsy was outside of watching Scooby-Doo when I was a kid. I didn't know about them. But it's funny how people that don't know boxing, once I get to the part when they say, well, where's he from? Oh, he's from the UK. You know, he's a gypsy. Oh, whoa. Gypsy? Oh, yeah, he cheated. I'm like, huh? What? Yeah, and these are my white friends. Look, I ain't say that. They said that. Do tell. So he got that shit going on. And the other part, I would say 10% is the gypsy thing. The other 90% is the man he's standing next to right there. So I wanted to bring you guys up to speed on this. 2 articles, a link will be in the description. I'll take what you want from it. You know, Drew just talking again. Yeah, I'm going to keep talking. Because had this been any American fighter associated with a cartel leader with a $5 million bounty on his head, so it's confirmed, y'all would have everything to say. Yep. Time reveals all truth, and the lie's nothing but the long way to the truth. And when this man is caught, hopefully he's caught alive. I can't wait till he sits down and starts singing, because I want to hear everything he has to say. Yup. And let me be clear. They're going to throw the book at this guy. So he's not going to be loyal to anybody he worked with. And I just want to see who's been working with him directly. I want to know what happens. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Bronx on deck.